Hi everyone, it's Bob for CellTechProductions.com. In this video, we'll take a look at the keyboard session player in Logic Pro 11. So let's go. This is an Eagles cover, Peaceful Easy Feeling, and I thought I'd try out the keyboard session player for this track. So let me show you some of the features of the player, then we'll take a look at how I used it for this song. I'll create one instance of the keyboard session player, and you'll notice the session player can be a drummer, a bass player, or a keyboard player. And if you go down here to the playing styles, you'll see broken chords is already selected. I have other options there, but I'm going to stay with that. I'm not going to check the default chord progression or open the library. So it created this vintage upright and 8 bars of the keyboard session player. Now the keyboard session player comes with this studio piano, which is new to Logic Pro 11, but we're going to focus on the session player. Let's take a listen to what it created. Now notice the only thing it's playing is the chord E, because if I go up here to my key signature, I notice that my key signature is set on E. That's the key of my song. So that's correct. But I also created, when I created this song, a chord track, which you'll find in this lane right here. So if I expand this out a little bit, now you'll see there's some chords created there. So I'll take this session that was created here, and I'm going to pull it over to the verse. Let me expand this out a little bit, and you can see now, instead of just playing E, it's going to play E for a bar, then A, then E, then A, and so on. And so let's see how that works. So creating a chord progression is really a cool thing with these session players. Now, one thing about the region, you can take this chord progression and you can apply it to a region. So if you have your global chord track all set and you want to just change a region, you can do that. So you can just come down here to follow region chords, and now notice it's going to take all of this that's up here and now it put it in this region. So if I change this chord progression in the region has priority over the global track. So if I want to go back to the global chord progression, all I have to do is follow global chord track, and it's back. Now you can create multiple session player regions on a track, each with a different playing style, allowing you to give different sections of your song a unique musical feel. So for example, in my project, I changed the playing style between the verses and the choruses and the instrument break and so on. So let me take you through some of these settings here. Let's see, I'll just play this first region here. Complexity and intensity, I'm going to pull that down and you'll get an idea of how that changes the region. Now, if I just up the intensity a little bit, it'll just hit the keys harder. In complexity, just gonna do exactly what you think. Then we have different styles here, so we can do block chords, arpeggiated, and the pad gets away from a piano, so that's a pad. Freely. And then obviously all these settings here are going to change what's going on in that region. And here's a little cool thing. You can isolate the hands. So now I'm just going to it'll just play what's highlighted here, which is going to be the left hand. And so you can see what the left-hand voicing looks like in the style. It's root only, and it's simple. So if I change that left hand now to root and octave, you'll hear it. You'll hear that. And this is a pretty cool thing. This is how far the left hand will go down the keyboard, right? So now I should be playing some deeper notes with that left hand. And that might go better with the right hand. So I'll turn the right hand back on. And the same thing with the right hand now. If I want it to play higher notes, I can just slide to the right. So it's going to go higher up the keyboard now. So I'm going to take this to moderate for the left hand, and let's see, voice, I have full chord here in medium. You have some options for different voicing. So if I just want, a 2-note voice or common tones, I get full chord. You have fixed intervals, and then you have 4+ voice. So if you want to play some more embellished chords like, 7ths and 9ths and 11ths, so that's where you would go for that. But anyway, I'll leave that on full chord, medium. I could even do large range here, and we'll see what that sounds like. Put it back on medium, and you can see you've got fill amount, and you've got fill complexity and swing even if you wanted to do that. Then we have some more details here. Grace notes, kind of like drum grace notes, right? They're just very lightly played. Let me go over here and select the arpeggiated, and I think that was, it was right here. So if you select the arpeggiated, you get the choice of going up or down with your arpeggios. I'll select down. And let's see, you could mix them. You can select the chords up and down and mixed. Oh, here's another thing about the hand position. If you go in the middle here between the two hands, you can grab that area and you can drag the whole thing down. So if I wanted the whole thing to play in a lower octave or in a higher register, you could do that. Okay, let me take you to this Eagles cover song now and kind of show you how it works in a song and kind of what I did with it. Okay, here's the start of the song in the verse, and the only thing I have here, there's drum, bass, acoustic guitar, and vocals. So that's all we have. Here's the start of the first verse. I like the way your sparkling earrings lay. Yeah, now through the verse and the first chorus, there's no keyboard here. So starting the second, we'll come over here to the second verse, and I'll show you what I have here. I have the keyboard playing freely, and complexity and intensity is about in the center. The left hand's playing root notes, simple, and the right hand is full chords, medium. Let me just solo that up, show you what that sounds like. And here it is in the context of the mix. I found out a long time ago. When I got to the next section in this second verse, I changed the keyboard part up a little bit. You can see I just added a little bit more intensity. Everything is pretty much the same, except here I had 2 voice, and over here I went to full chord. Let me show you what that transition sounds like. And then over here in the chorus, I added the octave, and I changed this to, let's see, still staying on broken chords, but I upped the intensity for the chorus. We'll see how that transitions. Now in the context of the mix.
And I know you won't let me down.
Okay, and then a big change here going from the chorus to the lead part. So I don't have any lead guitars or anything, so I'm just using the intensity of this keyboard part to stand out as an instrument break here. So I went from broken chords to arpeggiated, and I added a lot of intensity and complexity, and you can see the fill complexity and the fill amount, I increased it. So listen to this transition here. So I just went through and just kind of matched what I thought would be, you know, the right amount of complexity and intensity for the part of the song. Just kind of played around with the sliders a little bit. Now, one thing maybe I didn't mention, that you do have to break these regions up, right? If you're going to change it, because it applies to the entire region. So like this is just a short part of this verse here. It only applies to that part. You go to the next one, it has a different setting. And then at the very end, it's hard to get, you know, the ending to play, you know, just a chord. So what I did is I took the last region I had here, and then I just converted that to MIDI region. And then I just went into the piano roll and just, you know, just played one chord to end the song. And then what I did is just duplicated the Studio Grand here, this track, and then so that just came from the session player, and I just added one chord. So you can see what I did here. A lower part with a chord, and then a higher part, the same E chord, and then I just broke the chord up a little bit so it sounds like that for the ending. So that transition sounds like this. So there you go, guys, the keyboard session player in Logic Pro 11. Let me know what you think. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.